himself in the bird seat here. Everyone else is out of view at the moment, Brian. That's how dominant he is. You can just see one man, Talman. Here we go. This is a bid by those who would, showing that perhaps they could. Maybe on another day. Let's see. Let's see whether this turns into a mountain sprint. It's one of those things. Felix Gall was determined to prove something within this race. And he's seen Perry Pantra get sprightly. He's decided to do so himself. Got a bit of company, but looking further back, there's Shelmore's just on the front of that group as well. They're starting to think about separating themselves from the other GC favourites and putting in a bid for this title, Brian.
Yeah, a little bit too late for the stage win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Felix Gall was one of the riders that, you know, was interviewed at the start of the stage today, and he isn't quite at the same level as he was at this time last year. He's kind of building up nicely for the Tour de France. He has got Rodriguez with him by the looks of things, and his Lido Trek starting to kind of wind things up. So a little bit too late now for the stage one, but it does look as if we are going to see this 2 races in one.
Yep. Train, I think, has not got too many troubles. Shelmore's steps out of the saddle, the Danish champion, defending champion here, and indeed just drags himself up. Egan Bernal very close at hand. Can't see Tom Pidcock. There he is, just down the bottom left of your screen, I believe. Hard to tell from that distance. Meanwhile, this man looks, well, smooth as silk. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? There's Perry Pantre. Knew it wouldn't be long before we watched Perry dry. There he is. He's digging in for this one. Well, is he going to be a heartbreaker? I don't think so, with 7 kilometres left and 3 minutes to make up. But he might be making a bit of a statement overall. Just have a look for you in a few moments' time where he sits in the overall ranking. But Perry Pantre has been, he's been one of those guys who's constantly made us talk about him, Brian. Just not at the end.
No, well, he had a magnificent Giro d'Italia with that stage win. He, you know, equaling his brother, but you know, it looks as if the decathlon team really want to kind of ignite this. They were the team that came to the front after Q36.5. Were leading pretty much all the climb there, but at the end of the day, it is too late. The stage win is gone, because you've got to remember the last kind of 1,800 metres are pretty flattish.
Downhill, actually.
Yeah, flat, and then it can rises up towards the finish.
Yeah, just at the last.
Just under 2%. But I think what we're trying to see now is the you know, who's going to come out to play for the GC riders now.
Well, Del Toro's coming up, getting himself into position, which is always nice to see. And as if not to miss out, a few others want to make up. Touch of wheels and down. Shows how fatiguing this day has been, to be honest. I'm hoping that they both get up okay. It's just extricating themselves from the wreckage, and indeed just about do so. Was it Adam Yates is here, just tucked in, as you can see. Every right to attack. Let's have a look at this again, Brian, see what you can tell for us. Yeah,
it seems to be quite near the front. Just a movement there. That's Kelderman for... Let's see who the other rider there for UAE was. Could be Del Toro.
I thought it was, yeah, but...
Yeah, and it's a case of the bikes get stuck together and they couldn't get them apart.
Well, every second you spend doing that is one you've got to find in the mountains a little bit later on. Del Toro cut to bits by that. He was just moving up as well as I'd spotted him getting into position. Not a nice thing. He will have drifted back in. Now finds himself in a little secondary group, but it's all kicking off and everyone's got every right to go for this. That is Lenny Martinez just trying to drift over for Groupama Francis Jeux, bridge to the front group. He's out of the saddle now and goes for it, hugging the wall. This man, who should bring it home. You can just see where the finish line is beckoning, and in fact he will have a KOM Mountains points again for him. Minute and 26 back to the remnants of the break. Talman a little closer than that, I think, but no clock on him at the moment. And 3 minutes back to the peloton that start to fracture, with Perry Pantre getting animated. Well, a little bit of check round the corner here. He's dealt with the most serious part of this final phase. And it's a question of bringing it in if he possibly can. Peripant 41 seconds down, by the way. So difficult for him to make inroads as we speak. This man, part of the break, I actually thought that he may well be one of the strongest still on Dillier. Certainly thought that of Carmejan, which it didn't happen. A lot of assists from the wind today. It's been a tailwind straight up this valley, as opposed to coming the other way down, which would have been a bit of a nightmare, magnifying the problems that they face here. But Torsten Train is getting to that lovely section right now where suddenly, as Carmejan is now reabsorbed, just having a look how far out he is, 5.5 kilometers. So he's got the last little steep section he's hitting in a short while. He may well have bridged it. I think it's about here, however. Still in about 700 meters time. He's got a nasty hairpin with 17.8% as a declared percentage, albeit very modest. And here we go. Well, he can't help himself. RTS Sport bringing us the pictures. There are hosts today, and he's getting all the plaudits. A lot of Del Toro flags out, I notice. And this is Alberto Bettiol. He's going to have an uncomfortable night's sleep. He can't sleep on his left. He can't sleep on his right. He can't sleep on his back. I feel he'll be sleeping on his front, Brian. Yeah,
I don't mind that. But at the end of the day, it will be uncomfortable because, as everybody knows, you kind of move around in your sleep. So it will be uncomfortable for the next few days. But yeah, it seems steady at the moment at the front of the peloton. Q36.5. I've got Badilati in third place there. Adam Yates in second place there. But everybody's just, I think, content and not getting involved in a GC battle today.
Oh. Pidcock just showing himself by the wall. Also, Wout Poels. I think you're going to get a really good Poelsian performance during this race. Possibly not today, but you know, he's one of those guys that just pulls it out the bag occasionally, and I always love watching him. He's been in the service of others for such a long time in his career, and it's nice for him to come here with both he and Damiano Caruso with a chance. I think Wout Poels will probably get a free card, but not now.
Well, it's good to have Poels up here because it shows the depth of the snow.
Thank you. You were chomping at the bit there. I could tell you wanted to get in, and I was thinking, right, I better let him because he's got something vital to say. And in the end, it was a gag. Adam Yates just tucked in here on the back wheel of Del Toro, has just taken a tumble. Also here is João Almeida. Those three on the front, they could have won this. They may well do in a certain sense. Indeed, if they push on and snaffle the...
It does get a little bit level now, but that was the setup there. And Adam Yates going for it. Oscar Onley follows. Felix Gall can't. Enric Mas can't. So this is a show of strength now. Who can match him? Nobody for the moment anyway.
Adam Yates in control of his destiny, and it looks like he's destined to take control of this race. Won't win the stage, but he will certainly remind us just what a classy rider he is. And indeed, he's going to bring it home. Here's that cobbled section that we were telling you about, the clinkers. It's because it's an easier repaired road with all the snow belt and the ice with expansion blocks or gaps built into it, just in case you were wondering. So, yeah, you get a rough section, you just replace the cobbles, cut in hard labour, and it's kind of felt that way, hasn't it, for much of the peloton today, as Van den Broek just going backwards today as Kelderman refines his mojo. But look at Adam Yates and the way he's playing with us today. He's on a roll, Brian, and this is going to be a big statement for the rest of this race. It's also going to be a big gap by the looks of things.
Yeah, left it late, didn't he? They came up with just under 5 kilometres ago to kind of set Adam up. They're just relying on other teams doing what they wanted to do. By the looks of things, it wasn't about the stage win. It's just about, you know, the GC battle. Schelmos, he has to watch himself here because, you know, he's been lent on. He is last year's winner, and everybody knows that, and they're kind of leaning on him. But there's a few riders that was being lent upon there, but as soon as he swung off, nobody wants to take it up. And Oscar only thought, well, we have to do it. We cannot just let him gain time easily here. So he went to the front. Utebrooks is there. there's only about 8 riders. This man is going to hold on. What a valiant stage when it has been for him, not just the stage.
Shelmore says, right, if none of you want to do the job, I'll do it myself. Setting off hot on his heels, looks like Del Toro, and this is a wake-up call for everybody. Possibly is. We'll have a look when we get downstairs. I'm sure you're right, Brian. 3 kilometres to go, so the battle has not been given up, but that's just a drift over to let Adam Yates off up the road. He's not going to give him a turn. Chalmers looks behind and thinks, oh no, teammate of Yates. And Yates pushes on. He's going to catch Talman here. Minute and 25. Oh, goodness me. 3 Ks to go. You know, if it was climbing all the way, Adam Yates might actually take the stage. He's in brute mode here. This is absolutely fantastic. Well, I hope Talman doesn't blow up with 2.7 kilometres remaining, because Adam Yates looks like he's on his very best form here, Brian.
He is. Well, Adam Yates is going like a train. Train is still in front. You got to remember that it's 800 metres is the final part of the climb, so he'll go over the top. It'll be closer than maybe what he thought, but I still think, I believe in Train will take the victory. It's how much time Adam Yates puts on the rest. He's only got 700 metres.
This is it. Well, you can see from the markers here, he's still got a bit of a tailwind, but he's going to need a tail hurricane, I think. He'd prefer that. You can see that the rotors of the wind farm here are facing directly at the riders, proving that wind is where we have declared it. But Adam Yates has now got sight of Torsten Train, but this is Adam Yates just taking control of the Tour of Switzerland, as he did late on in the Tour of Oman, just bouncing on the pedals. And he's one of the quickest to revive as well. Whenever you talk to him at the end of a race, you're almost asking him to slow down. It's that rat-a-tat interview that we always expect from him. He's very fastly spoken, and indeed his legs operate at just about the same teammate as Bernal just goes backwards here out of what was a trio. There is Bernal on your screen right now, and there is Torsten Train. 1,400 metres, and still he digs in. Well, he's chugging, but you know, he doesn't have to show great souplesse at a moment like this, but he's got to show some guts and verve. 46 seconds now with 1,300 metres to go. There is a kick up at the line, Brian. It's getting close. It's getting really, really close. But I tell you what, Skelmars is doing a gap. It'll be interesting. What's your spread on what the Yates gap will be at the line, because he's got to basically sprint through this. It's not necessarily to catch Torsten Train. It's to put as much space between himself and the other GC contenders as he can. So he's not going to slow down here, Brian.
No, he's not. He's not at all. It's about the time he puts into the other rivals behind. They left it very, very late. The lake is on the left-hand side here. He's not that far to go to the finishing line now. This is the flat part, but the last few hundred metres just drags up a little bit to the finishing line. Still believe he's going to get it, but how close is Adam Yates going to get? Almeida's getting a free ride at the moment with Skelmos. Skelmos has done a good ride today, defending champion, but it looks as if up there is going to be 2 riders from UAE. Very difficult to dislodge.
Here we go. Torsten Train bringing it home. 200 metres to go. Some snow melt on the road. Stay on your bike. Oh, my goodness. There was a corner I was worried about. And they beat the Hornings to fate this man, and we fate him ourselves. Torsten Train ran like one on rails. Brilliant work from a breakaway. Absolutely superb. The clock now counts back to Adam Yates, who's on his case, but more than that, is determined to take this yellow jersey. He as well comes through the wet section nice and cleanly. He's still sprinting on because he's looking for more and more seconds to make sure that that yellow jersey is safe as houses upon his shoulders. It's going to seem almost nailed on for Adam Yates. He comes to the line right now at 23 seconds, also gets bonus seconds. Let's remind ourselves, Shelmos is here with Almeida, who might well start to sprint him. Doesn't want to lead Almeida out, of course. So side by side they come through the wet stuff. Stay on board, they do so. Acclamation and oath offered up. Shelmos goes for it. Wants bonus seconds. Almeida's job is to try and stop him from getting those. Can't do it. That's a good result for Shelmos. Damage limitation, I think you might say, as he crosses. 47.